We're going to presentation our group assignment for the SBEC1123 Construction Technology 2. And our topic is Single Story Student Cafe. So this is our content of report. The first is background, second cafe design, and the third specialty. And next component, method of construction, material and specification, and the last is overall cost. First is background cafe. Name of our cafe is Comodo Cafe. Comodo is a Italian language meaning comfortable and convenient. So our cafe is begin in 2022 June and has a beautiful glass cafe located near Arcade Meranti. So that is nearby center point. That means it's very convenient to the student. And our cafe is a minimalist cafe. It's all white and simple interior, give the place a clean and comforting vibe. Cafe offer various types of coffee and other drinks with a relative price lower than other cafes.
Next is specialty of the cafe. First, interesting and relaxing places to eat and drink. This is because Komodo Cafe is a nice spot for a Costa coffee, and having some coffee and snack can stay energized while studying. Second, reasonably close to where students get on and off bus easily, so they do not need to walk away from the bus stop to the cafe. It's easier for them because students in college have busy schedules. Third, this cafe provides comfortable furniture so that it can help keep student bodies at peace during studying and relaxing. The right furniture in the cafe is important for the health and productivity of students and colleges. And lastly, Komodo Cafe provides free Wi-Fi because students in college are constantly looking for reliable internet access. Okay, for the next point is component that we use in the cafe. First, for door, we use 4 types of door, which is Asa Abloy door, pivot lift door, toilet door, and sliding door. For window, only 1 type, which is window velvet edge light. For landscaping, we also use outdoor furniture, for example, like in the picture, bicycle shelter. And also, we put planting around cafe because it can give fresh oxygen that we need to breathe. And we also put rubbish bin to organize our cafe to refuse for easy disposal at the proper facility. For wall, we use ceramic wall tiles. For floor, we use non-slip ceramic tiles on top. And we also use basic roof. Next, this is the type of furniture that we use in Komodo Cafe, which is table dining around with chairs, coffee table with M chair, korbu, round table with copper wooden chair, high table stand. And this is our kitchen look. And for the last part, this is our toilet component in washroom. We use round sink and have a mirror. For a component in toilet, we use toilet seat.
In this method of construction or installation, we are going to describe how a cafe is constructed from the beginning until the end. First, before starting to construct the substructure, the site clearance is implemented and followed by the excavation work. And after the excavation work is done, make sure the bottom layer of the foundation is leveled and compacted. Second, the project comes to construct the pad footing, column, and the ground beam. The step to build these 3 structures have a quite similar process. The lead concrete is used to form a layer of binding. So formwork is constructed and placed in the excavation pit, and after that a high textile rebar is cut, bent, and tied in order to form the cage and placed inside the formwork with the support of the concrete spacer. Reinforced concrete is mixed and poured into the formwork, while break and level the concrete, and after that remove the formwork when it is cured. Once the substructure is done, the construction of a masonry wall is performed. A string line is set up from one gouging grid to the other, and the mortar is used to bind the brick together. During the masonry work, the bricks are always checked whether it is flush using the spirit level.
For curtain wall, First, laying roofing joists between two upright objects. The distance between the two joists roughly 400 mm. The joists need to cover with plywood. Flat roof should also be designed with a slight incline, added using a frame. Secure the rubber using glue. The isoboard need to be jointed together with glue. Next, both must be covered with adhesive. Any inside vertical corners, cut and overlap the EPPM rubber, and then use the rubber adhesive to glue it down tightly. Nail down a custom lead coated copper flashing over the front edge of the roof, and last step, glue down a 12-inch strip of uncure rubber over the flashing top nail edge.
For the next, we need to install the concrete floors slab construction. The first step is preparation of formwork. After that, we can start excavating earth. The next, we need to prepare the slab bedding correctly and install the reinforcement. So for the next step, we need to pour, compare and finish concrete, and also curing a concrete slab. The last step, we need to removing the formwork after 24 hours. So for the next, we need to install the plaster of the woodwork. First step, we need to make sure to lay down a dark sheet to protect the floor. And after that, we need to apply PVA to the wall. First, plaster layer can be applied, and also we need to mix the plaster. And after that, we can start applying the first coat of plaster using the hook and other tools. Next, we need to scrape the wall before adding the second coat of plaster. And the last step, we need to apply the second and final coat of plaster to the wall. So for the next, we need to install door frame and door. First step, we need to measure the size of the area on the job site. Assembling the door frame, and also we need to install the door frame into the area by using the scrape. So the next step, we need to measure the installation distance of the hinge. So next step, installing the door, and the last step is installing a doorknob into the drain hole. So the next, we need to install window frame and window. First, measure the area before installation and installation of the window frame. The next step, mounting and forming the window, and the last step, installing the window casement.
Next, for the roof, first we need to identify where the wall is wanted. Second, secure mounting angle to facility, making sure no fasteners penetrate the roof decking. Third, place 5 white curtain wall, panel against the mounting angle. Extend the curtain top into the deck fluting, creating continuous contact to minimize any potential for air exchange. Next, secure the panel to the mounting angle with self-taping fasteners and fender washer. Next, installing panel until the final is secure the terminating wall, and last step, trim bottom sweep to floor elevation.
The method of painting. First, floor covering are laid out. Second, the adjacent surface is covered with painter tape. Masonry primer is painted and cured within 1 to 4 hours. The internal wall is painted with emulsion paint, external wall paint with weather-resistant acrylic.
Next, we need to install the ceramic floor tile. The first step, we need to prepare the substrate, and second, measure all the walls to determine the center point for each wall. Next, spread the mortar, let the tile, and also we need to cutting a few tiles. These are for the toilet base. And next, use the rubber floor to place the grout into the tile seams. The next step, remove the grout hearts, and the last step is seal the grout. So next, we need to install the wash basin or sink. First step, measure the new bases to make sure it fits to the space. The second step, put the sink or pieces in place and put the silicone around the bottom lid. So for the third step, install the faucet. The next, install the tire piece and drain kit. The last step, finish with silicone around the top of sink. So next one, we need to install a toilet. First, install a new toilet seal. Place the toilet bowl on the fixtures, and next place the washer and nut on each toilet bowl, and attach the tank. The last step, we need to install a toilet seat and lid. So next, we need to install the wash basin or sink. First step, we ensure the new basin to make sure it fits to the space. The second step, put the sink or basin in place and put the silicone around the bottom lid. So for the third step, install the faucet. The next, install the tire piece and drain kit. The last step, finish with silicone around the top of sink. So next one, we need to install a toilet. First, install a new toilet seal. Place the toilet bowl on the fixtures, and next place the washer and nut on each toilet bowl, and attach the tank. The last step, we need to install a toilet seat and lid.
In material and specification, there are around 16 material applied in this project. For example, the lid concrete is a grade M10, thickness 50 mm, while the reinforced concrete is grade M20. Besides, the size of the concrete spacer is 50 x 50 mm, which is in a square shape, and the steel reinforcement that we choose is a high textile rebar, diameter 12 mm with 12 meter length. Next, the standard size of a brick is 242 x 115 and times the height 70 mm. The N-type mortar is used to bind the brick together. Thickness between them is 10 mm. Moreover, the dimension of the floor tile is 300 x 300, while the wall tile is 300 x 600, with the thickness of 10 mm. The gap between the tile is approximately 2 to 3 mm. The tile that we encourage to pick is ceramic tile, whereas for non-slip ceramic tile, it is suitable to use in the toilet and the wet kitchen area. In plastering work, the gypsum plaster is applied 18 mm thick. On the other hand, the emulsion paint and the weather-resistant acrylic paint are 0.1 to 0.18 mm thick. Furthermore, the size of one rectangular roulant is about 18 x 115 mm, and the plasterboard is 600 x 1200 x 9 mm thick.